I'm tired of always see the better in people or the things that matter.
Hey, it's T. Welcome to part 3 of my spring cleaning series. Today we're hitting the reset button with a deep cleaning session going beyond the countertops and the sink. I'm going to show you some areas that absolutely need a little extra attention, and hopefully it'll inspire you to tackle those overlooked spots in your own kitchen. So if you're ready, let's get started. So I'm starting with a clean-ish slate. While the kitchen is clear of most clutter and appears to be clean, let's check out some close-ups that'll tell you the truth about how clean my kitchen really is. And later in the video, you're going to see some other things that may be shocking, so buckle up. I'm getting started with the windows. I'm going to be taking down the valances and tossing those into the washer, but because I don't want to wash or I don't want to run a load with just 2 valances, I'm going to grab some things from the dining room that need to be washed as well.
In the echoes of your lies, dear, can you hear me harmonize every word that comes out?
My 13-month-old granddaughter is here for the day, and my 11-year-old son is watching her while she's eating lunch.
So sick of love, so sick of love, so sick of love.
Before we get too far into the video, I want to read to you this week's encouraging scripture. It comes from Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23, and it reads, "The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law."
So sick of love.
Next up on the list is cleaning the blinds. I'm going to start by dry dusting them, and then I'm going to clean them with some warm soapy water. Depending on how bad they are, I will either clean them this way or I'll put them in the bathtub with some warm water and some crud cutter, and I'll just let them soak in that for about 30 minutes before I take them out and then put them back in the window and completely dry them. They're not that bad this time, so I don't have to do that. Another thing that you see me doing here as I'm cleaning the blinds is that I cleaned the curtain rod and I cleaned the wand for the blinds, because those things often get overlooked. They do get dusty and they do get dirty, so I just want to make sure that I'm cleaning the entire window area.
You don't say it, but I see it. Speaking with a different native tongue. You're egocentric, I'm a publicker. You don't ever get me. What the fuck, you're still the same. Used to problems while I see keys. Even though we always will be friends, but sometimes you grow apart. You're taking all your problems all on me, forgetting you have a responsibility.
I've chosen to clean the windows today with this Sparkle glass cleaner. Sprayway is still at the top of my list of glass cleaners, but I like how this Sparkle one works, particularly with a squeegee. Because the windows aren't really dirty, I don't have to scrub them to get off any residue. I just need to give them a light cleaning, so I'm just going to spray the Sparkle and use the squeegee to then get the solution off the window, and they're actually pretty clean. The other thing that I need to do is clean the windows from the outside. They do lean in, but I don't like to do that because one time when I did that, I broke a piece and then my husband had to go replace it. So I'm just not going to do that, but I would like to go outside and give them a deep clean from out there. It's just not going to be on this day. We have had so much rain in the past, 2, maybe 3 weeks. Tons of rain. It's like we have a river running through various parts of our backyard, it seems. It's so muddy out there, so I'm waiting for a dry day when I can go outside and actually clean the windows. The other side will be a lot dirtier, and so I'm going to have to use some heavy duty cleaning materials out there, but I'm just looking forward to a dry day where I can go ahead and get that done.
Oh no, anxiety creeps up on me. Is this how it's supposed to feel? Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie. Remember, you were made. I try to work, but it doesn't work. I try to say something, but there's no word. I try to justify my actions, less reactions, heart beat raising. Oh, it doesn't work.
Dumped the first bucket of water, and now I'm just refilling the bucket with some more warm soapy water. I'm going to be cleaning the cabinets next.
Been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday, and nothing's changed. Mistakes that everyone is making, but I can't change. I'm stuck in reverse like an old Benz. Forgot to tap it up. Now I long for another day where things fall into place. So if you're down, I'll be down. Pack your bags, fill them up. We can go tonight, take a flight to a higher ground. How does that sound? How does that sound? So strange, why it always feel like it's too late. Waiting another year and it's too late, but that's not true. It's not strange to quit another job cause it was draining. To try a different road though it's been fading in your mind cause of time. Now I long for another day where things fall into place. So
At the beginning of the video, I showed you a close-up of the island on the other side, and there was a scuff mark. There are other scuff marks that I need to remove, and I'll show you how I do that later in the video. But I'm going to give you a close-up right here of some of what you can't see when you're standing at a distance from the island. When I got up close to these doors, I was shocked by how much was on them. I'm not even sure how that's a thing over here. If that happens near the sink, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. It's by the sink. It didn't happen on the other side of the island. It happened on this side, which is really confusing. But one of the reasons I like having white cabinets is so that it's really easy for me to see what's dirty. Before I painted the cabinets a few years ago, they were, well, when we first bought the island and all of the cabinets, we gutted our kitchen in 2010 and we redid the whole thing ourselves, including installing the flooring. And we had unfinished cabinets. So I was able to choose what stain color I wanted. I went with a really dark brown, and that served us well for a long time. But then in 2022, I think it was, 2021, 2022, just before Thanksgiving, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I start tearing up my kitchen just before Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I sanded all of the cabinets and I painted them white. And I was like, okay, those dark cabinets served me well for all those years, but I'm at a stage in my life now where I want white cabinets. I wanted a brighter space in here, but I also wanted to be able to see the dirt and not hide it. My kids are adults, most of them are anyway. We have an 11-year-old, and when we redid the kitchen, he was not even born yet, but when I he painted the cabinets. He was a few years old, but yes, having a small kid in the house with white cabinets was a little bit frightening. But then again, it was what I felt like I needed to do at the time and what I felt like I was in the headspace to take care of. I didn't want the dirt to hide from me. I wanted to be able to see it. So that being said, these white cabinets, in a sense, kind of do hide some of the dirt, unless it's like, I don't know, maybe pasta sauce or something. So what I'm doing right here is I'm going to use, I'm pretty sure this is an off-brand magic eraser thing, or maybe I think it's the Pine Salt brand I got at Dollar Tree. So I'm trying to clean these scuff marks off just with it dry, but right here I added a little bit of water, just a tiny bit of water, to one of the corners, and as you can see, the scuff mark came right off without a lot of scrubbing. If you've tried these eraser style sponges, what is your favorite use for them? So far, I have found that removing scuff marks off of the cabinets is a really good use for them, but I'm looking for other ways to get things off, maybe to make my cleaning easier. I would like to work more efficiently and not have to put so much elbow grease into something if I have an easier way to do that. So if you have any ideas for how else I can be using these eraser type sponges, leave a comment below. I already wiped down the door that leads to the basement. Now I'm just going to wipe down the doors to the pantry, the half bath, which is to my right, and then the garage door, which is to my back. I don't clean these doors often. If I had to guess, I'd say once every 3-ish months or so. I will spot clean them as needed, but I don't give them a real good wipe down that often. So that's another reason why spring cleaning is important to me. I can focus on those things that I often overlook when it comes to my regular maintenance cleanings.
Maybe one day you'll cross paths and you both got new perfumes, and the life you used to live is left within that old apartment. Maybe nothing's said and done, and your chest is set on fire, but I promise you there's nothing but a cold heart liar.
Another water dump shows you just how dirty the cabinets and doors were. So if you think that you don't need to wipe down your cabinets and doors, you might want to give them a good wipe down and then see what the water looks like when you're all done. So I'm refilling now because I'm going to deep clean the chairs and the table.
Maybe one day you'll cross paths and you both got new haircuts, and the jacket you used to borrow belongs to someone else. Shoulders
When is the last time you looked under your table? I had not looked under this table for a hot minute, so this is what you see here. I'm trying the just soapy water, and that's not working, and then I went for the eraser sponge, and that did remove some of the dirt. But the other thing that I had to keep in mind when I was cleaning this is that aside from the tabletop, which is glossy, and the legs, which are also glossy, that part of the table, it's like a rustic finish, so it's not shiny. So any dirt or any stains or fingerprints that get onto that part of the table are really hard to remove.
I complicate things. One of my many skills. I'm making things up, all in my mind, 'cause I analyze their body language. I hear every change in their tone. Maybe they hate me, somehow I blame me. My mama said, that's just the weight of the world. It's not personal, it's just how it works. Don't be angry for too long or get burned, 'cause that's just the weight of the world. Now, shake it off. Now, personal, it's just how it works. Now, shake it off. Now, that's just the weight of the world. I cry my eyes out over a shallow guy. Yeah, I'm feeling left out. Got no invitation last night.
This sugared snickerdoodle wallflower is one of my leftover wallflowers from the fall, but there is no law that says I cannot make my kitchen smell like freshly baked cookies, so I'm going to put this wallflower in the wall. And when my son noticed it, he said, "Mom, it smells like cookies." It was the wallflower. Mom didn't really bake cookies.
It's not personal, it's just how it works. Don't be angry for too long or get burned, 'cause that's just the way of the world. Now, shake it off. Now, personal, it's just how it is. Now, shake it off.
Now it's time to clean the microwave. I'm going to fill my Angry Mama steamer with some hot water and then put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. I recently saw an episode of The Deal Guy when he was talking about, I feel like it was the April specials, that, or not specials, but things that you should buy in April at Dollar Tree, and they do have a version of this. I purchased mine on Amazon some time ago, but Dollar Tree has their own version. It is slightly smaller than this one here, or maybe, yeah, it's smaller than this one here, but it's $1.25-ish. Don't know really, because the prices have been fluctuating lately. But if you don't have one of these, the premise is just that you steam up the dirt and the caked on, well, I hope you don't have any dirt in your microwave. You're steaming up the caked on, baked on food, and it just makes it easier to wipe those things off of your microwave. So that's what I started with, and now I'm just using some Autoban all-purpose cleaner to give it a good wipe down on the inside, and then I'll also be wiping down the door with the same cleaning solution. By the way, this Autoban all-purpose, multi-purpose cleaner, I should say multi-purpose, it's really not all-purpose, but this is something that I purchased in the cucumber watermelon scent. It is available through Home Depot. Amazon has it also, but it costs quite a bit more than it does at Home Depot. It was like $9 for a 1 gallon bottle of concentrate. So I'm using that to clean quite a few things in the kitchen today. Other things I'll be using, I'll use my specialty cleaners. So like for the stainless steel, I'll be using something for that. You saw me use glass cleaner earlier, but for the most part, I'm really keeping the number of items that I use to clean the kitchen with today. I'm keeping them to the bare minimum, because normally I have I don't know, half a dozen or so cleaning solutions that I'll use when I'm tackling one room, but I just was not in the mood for that today. But that's also the reason why I bought the Odo Band. It is so versatile that I'm hoping to use that as my primary cleaner whenever I can. Here's another item that I have often overlooked. It is the top of the microwave, or I should say two more items I often overlook. The top of the microwave, and then these vents here, these intake vents, they end up getting lots of gunk in them. So I'm just using this paper towel to kind of put it into the crevices and clean out any gunk that's in there. Now I've moved on to cleaning the vent thingies, these filters that were under the microwave. These get pretty yucky. I use olive oil for the most part and butter when I'm sauteing food. I do not. I don't like deep frying foods for two reasons. Number one, it is I can't handle deep fried foods. They actually make me really nauseous unless they're fried in certain kinds of grease. So I don't bother for the most part. But recently I did deep fry something. So right after I cleaned, I shampooed the furniture in the family room. I was like, okay, I've gotten out all the cooking smells and now we're off to a fresh start for spring. Well, I think it was like the next day or so, a day or two later, I ended up deep frying something, and that's because I put some fries, some sweet potato fries for myself and some regular fries into the air fryer for dinner one night. Well, the other fries were for my husband and son. I was not eating all the fries by myself. But anyway, my sweet potato fries came out just fine in the air fryer like they always do. But there was something wrong with the other fries, and they just they wouldn't cook right in the air fryer after, I don't even know, a total of 40 minutes of trying to cook them, because I cooked them a couple of times. My husband came home and he tried to cook them and they still just did not taste right. So the next day when I made another batch, because we were having fries with some burgers, the next day when I made another batch, I was like, okay, I'm going to deep fry, the ones that I'm making for you and our kids. So I did that against my better judgment. And not only did my house smell like grease for days, it was so frustrating. It was being it was going through these filters here, and it made them yucky, and I don't like that yuckiness. So, but anyway, as you saw, I used some Dawn Power Wash to clean them. I attempted to clean them twice, but I think what I really need to do is just let them soak. I didn't let them soak long enough when I tried to do that in this particular cleaning, but if I want to get all the gunk off, I have to let them soak for a lot longer. One of my favorite chores to do in the kitchen is to clean the stovetop, so that's what I'm going to do right here. But while I'm in the process of doing this, I'm going to take the knobs off so that I can just wipe those down. They're not greasy, they're not gunky. I just want to give them a nice cleaning, and I wanted to clean under the knob, so that's why I took them off. To the left of the screen, you'll notice my Arrow Garden. I planted those seeds 4 weeks ago and they are thriving. You'll see some better shots of it at other points in the video. But my two kinds of basil that's what you see on the right there. They are growing like wildfire. So I need to take those off and then put them into ice cubes. So I'm going to just clip them as they're fresh and put them into ice cubes, and then, or I should say ice trays, like the deep ice trays. And then I'm going to freeze them so that I can have fresh-ish basil for any recipes. But on this day that I'm doing this voiceover, not the day that I was cleaning, on the day that I'm doing this voiceover, I was actually able to pick some of the basil off and put that into some shrimp scampi that I made for lunch today, as well as some of the dill. You can't see the dill in this shot, it's to the left, but the 2 basils and the dill are growing like this, just so much growth. My mint is barely growing, and that's to the front of the basil. It's really hard to see because it's so tiny, but the parsley and the thyme, those actually didn't sprout at all, so I'm just going to plant those in my herb garden for outside. Speaking of my outside herb garden, my husband and I are waiting, as I mentioned earlier, we're waiting for it to stop raining so much because we have quite a few raised garden beds that we need to put out there so that I can then start transferring or transplanting the plants that I have. The ones that I started quite like a lot of seeds a few weeks ago. They are ready to go outside, but we haven't had our last frost yet, so it's not safe to put them out there. But when it is, I'll be out there gardening, and so I'll also be recording from time to time so that you can see the progress that I'm making out there. I am planning to have my own garden where I can get lots of fresh vegetables and herbs, but also fresh fruit. We're planning on having an orchard, a small orchard. I already purchased a peach tree, a plum tree, and a pear tree, and I would like to go back and buy an apple tree, another pear tree, and a cherry tree. I also have some bushes, let's see, some different kinds of grapes, and there's something else. Is it raspberry? Something I have. But the goal is to grow a lot of what we eat this year, and hopefully that's exactly what happens. As I've been cleaning my oven, you may have noticed there's not a lot to do here. I do keep a liner on the top rack, and then this middle rack right here actually divides the two ovens. This is like it's a flex duo oven, so there are 2 different zones. I can have temperature, 2 different temperatures when I'm cooking, but that's another barrier to anything that might fall down below. Every now and then something will fall down into the bottom, but for the most part it stays as clean as you see it here. There were just a few crumbs. There is something trapped in the door, like on the top piece of glass. You might have seen it right there. There's a little glimpse of it. In order to remove that, I have to unscrew the door. It's pretty simple to do, but on this day I was not in the mood to do it, so I'll just tackle that on a different day.
To see you are the artist I'll never be. I'm so sorry I never stay, overreact and just walk away. Take me back to the place I know. I have the power to let things go. I'm so lost I can't see the shore. You know what that means, we've been here before. I lose my self-restraint. I think we're done, then you add more pain. I calm down and watch it dry, and there it is, my love, 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 mind and body just can't agree on what I should do when I don't feel free. You're not holding me back, I know. We're young and we never take things slow. I lose my self-restraint. I think we're done, then you add more pain. I calm down and watch it dry, and there it is, I'm the landscape you need to see. You are the artist I'll never be. Stay with me and I have no doubt you'll make a painting that makes you proud. Trees aren't green, the ocean is gray, sky is a vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capture in. I know I must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise, I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know I can't make it through. Every night it's the same, I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone now. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know all of my problems. I know. Where did it go? The feeling of thirst, desire to be a rock in my heels. I'm numb as a poison, flows in my veins. Guess I got used to avoiding the pain. I know I must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise, I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know I can't make it through. Every night it's the same, I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone.
Next up on my list of things to deep clean is the dishwasher. I'm going to be removing all the pieces down here where the filter is, and I'll be hand washing those, and then I'm going to clean the dishwasher with a dishwasher cleaning tablet. If you have not removed the filter in your dishwasher, you might want to do that now. Here's your sign. Remove the filter and clean it. If you don't know how to clean it, I'm pretty sure someone on YouTube has a video showing you how to clean yours. So just look up your model name and number and search for that on YouTube, and you'll find someone who can tell you how to clean yours.
We got something magical, pretending that nobody knows, trying to hide but it shows. Lost my sense of logical, think that I'm gonna explode, echoes inside of my bones. Not the brave kind, never dare to take the leap when the chances come me. You are special, ordinary, can get you out of my mind. I'm gonna do it all for you, falling so free to the wild. Gonna do it all for you, breathing in deep for the fall. Now I feel left to figure out your music and all of my noise, coloring all of my songs, makes me wanna scream out loud. You're already under my clothes, echoes inside of my bones. Not the brave kind, never dare to take the leap when the chances come me. You are special.
The last thing that I'm going to have time for before I had to run out the door in this moment is to take out another bottle of Dawn Power Wash. This one right here is Frosted Cranberry, and I have a lilac one. I thought I had the watermelon one. I was convinced I had it, so I was in this very moment when I realized I didn't have the right one, so I did go and order that one. But what you saw there was just me pouring the last little bit that was left in the one bottle into the new bottle, and that's because it was impossible to get any more out of the sprayer. So and I don't like wasting things, so I poured what was left over into the other bottle. Now it's nighttime, and that's because I had to stop cleaning. As I mentioned, I had somewhere to go. Our youngest had a scout ceremony where he was actually the one being awarded something, so we had to leave for that, and then we went out to dinner at his choice of restaurants. And I will say that, so when I came back home, I put on the same clothes I was cleaning in earlier, and I am bloated, and that's because I drank 2 lemonades. And if you're like me, lemonades will make you bloat, and that's exactly what was going on. So same day, same outfit, but I'm looking kind of different, so that's the issue there. But right here, I'm using a garbage disposal cleaner. You can use other things that I've used in the past also. I've tried the powder kind by Arm & Hammer. I picked that up at Dollar Tree. I don't really like that one. I don't feel like it cleans well enough. I've also used vinegar and baking soda. That works okay, but I feel like these Fresh tablets work the best, and that's because when I use those and run the garbage disposal, you will see like small particles of food come up through the garbage, through the left side of the sink. So that's how I know it's actually removing things from around the sides of the garbage disposal. So right here I am scrubbing the sink. This is a black granite composite sink, and you clean it like you would clean any other sink, but it does look pretty bad when it's dry. So that's why I coat it and make it look like it's new again. I coat it in mineral oil. I've used olive oil in the past, but I'm going to be using some food grade mineral oil to give it a nice shine, because that's why I fell in love with this sink. I love that it's a dark color, but I also love that it shines so much. But one thing about it is that when it's dry, it doesn't look so great because we have hard water, and those hard water stains show. So this is something that I need to do every 2 weeks, best case scenario, but in reality, I don't do this step that often. So because I'm deep cleaning, I'm making sure to do all the things that I typically skip for my routine cleanings.
Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you?
Now I'm going to go around the kitchen and disinfect all of the high touch areas like this, like the kitchen, like the faucet, the doorknobs, the handles, and the light switches. I will say that these are things that I do clean on a regular basis, so I'm not cleaning them just because I'm deep cleaning, but these are items that I clean pretty much once every week or two. Maybe I should be cleaning them more, but once every week or two seems reasonable for me. Right here you see me cleaning the pad for the security system, and I just have a funny story. I had not set off the alarm in a long time, and I used to do that. I used to set it off a lot. I had not set it off in a long time, and I set the thing off twice in like a 1 week, week and a half period while I was cooking, and it's just so, at first it was embarrassing, and now it's just comical in that when I get over to start punching in the numbers to make the screeching stop. In the meantime, the security company is calling, and they just want to make sure that things are okay. And so, you know, these last 2 visits, things were perfectly okay. We learned over time that we need to have the house phone nearby because that's the number that they have. And when we haven't had it nearby, or any of the house phones nearby, and no one answered, they would call 911 because that's what they're supposed to do when they don't get an answer, and dispatch the fire department. And yeah, so that's something I've been doing for a long time, but I hadn't done it in a while. So there you go. There's something silly that you know about me now. I will say that it has been about 4 years since the fire department actually had to come out to my house. Now, while I set off the alarm, I used to set it off a lot. The fire department only had to come like 2 times maybe, but the last time they came, I felt so bad that I went up to the station later after I purchased a grocery store gift card, and I took a note, a thank you note from my family, but a gift card to the grocery store since the firefighters live there, you know, around the clock for a few days a week. Also, I wanted to recognize that I don't want to waste that resource that we have, so I work really hard to not set off the alarm. At this point in the video, it's late and I'm tired, but there are some things that I refuse to go to bed without getting done. So right here, my husband is moving the refrigerator out of the way so that I can see what the damage is and so that I can go ahead and clean it. Stay tuned because I'm going to give you a close-up of what's under the fridge. So there's a lot under the fridge. There are grapes because you know grapes roll, and there's a lot of food, and we suspect that it's because the robot vacuum propels things under the fridge as it's running every night. And so if there's something on the floor, it's just kind of pushing those things. And I think we're going to find the same thing under the stove, but let me show you how much I found under my fridge. This is what was under the fridge. So the only thing to do is get a broom and start sweeping. So clearly this cannot be my life long term, and I need to find a solution for keeping things from getting pushed under the fridge. So I was online today and I found something. They're called like furniture guards to keep toys from going under like your sofa. But I am thinking that I could probably use something like that to go under the front of the fridge and the side, the part that's exposed, so that when the robot vacuum is running, it won't just keep pushing things under there. If you have a solution for how I can keep things from going under my fridge, please let me know in the comments below. A homemade solution that I've thought about is having, or taking the measurements for the front of the fridge and the part on the left side that's exposed, and just seeing if my husband could cut, if he could make some custom cut like wood device fit there so that we can put that there, and then the vacuum can't push things under the fridge. When is the last time you cleaned the top of your fridge? For me, it has been a hot minute, so I'm just going to get up here right now and dust it before I put my my appliances back up here. I don't like to keep things on top of my fridge, but I have, let's see, I have a waffle iron that I keep up here. I have the Instant Pot that's up here, and then there's like some food items. I don't like keeping them up here, but I really don't know where else to put them because the island is full, both sides. So one side is full of food, the other side is full of all kinds of kitchenware. And then the cabinet beside the refrigerator is full of cookware. The one that's under the sink is full of cleaning supplies. I don't know where to put those things, so I'm going to put them back in the fridge when I'm done cleaning. The stain that you see on the floor that will not come up, that is, I'm pretty sure that's a water stain, and that's from one of our previous refrigerators. There was an issue with the water line and we couldn't see it as it was happening under the fridge, and so that part is something that I can't do anything about. So I'm just going to mop over that and keep it moving. Right here, I'm trying to show myself that I'm a big girl and I have a lot of strength, and I use that strength when my husband's not around. So I put the fridge back in its place. And then I remembered that I forgot to clean the side of the fridge. I forgot to wipe it, so I had to pull it back out as much as I was in the mood to do, give it a quick wipe down, and then put it back into place. As you saw just there were some more things under the fridge, which is why I really need to get those guards under it so that I can keep food and toys, because I keep finding toys. I need to keep those things from getting under my fridge.
Feel the wind on my face. All that ever was is alright. Today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today.
All right, my husband is back to help me with the last big item that I had to tackle on this night. He is moving the stove out of the way. When you see what we're working with here, you'll see why I needed his help. For some reason, when we installed this floor, we did not install the flooring completely under the stove. I'm not sure if it's because we ran out of planks or what. That was a whole story where we bought these wood planks locally, and then we went out of town, Nashville to be specific, to buy some more because that was the next closest place that had some. So what you see here, there's some food, there are a couple of things on here, but it's not that bad. What you'll see remaining, those are things that are stuck on. There is some grout there, and that's not going to come up with the vacuum. That's not coming up with a broom. It's actually stuck to the underlayment there. So it's not like I'm leaving food on the floor. I just want to let you know in case you're like, why is she skipping all that food? That's actually not food on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and vacuum, and then I'm going to mop what I can. And by the way, I did talk to my husband recently to see if we have a few wood planks left. If we do, they would be in our crawl space, which is a space that we have been working on, or he has been working on lately. There are a few more items in there, so he's just going to go through and see if there are some planks left, and if there are, then he can put them in place, and then I won't really need help anymore when I need to put the stove back. What I'm doing here is cleaning the sides of the stove. It was not as bad as I thought it would be on either side, but I still needed to get down there and clean it. And right here I'm just cleaning part of the floor where the mob and the robot vacuum cannot possibly go. The best thing to do in this case is to get down on the floor and clean it on my hands and knees. Okay, this part of the video is really funny. My husband is putting the stove back, and you see me right here. I'm pretending to help, and he's looking at me like, what in the world are you doing? I'm trolling because that's one of my love languages. Trolling is one of my love languages.
Someone there, are you listening? Is it too late, my dear friend?
It is somewhere near midnight, and I am almost out of steam, but I have just a few more things to do in the kitchen before I can call it a night.
We can't keep floating, we have to fall. This is the beat of broken hearts, is it all lost? We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast.
Normally when I double mop the floor, I will go through with the vacuum mop, and I'll do the entire floor, and then I go back later with my flat mop. On this night, I started off with the reason for using the vacuum mop and then using the flat mop in a certain area. But then for some strange reason, I went back and forth for the rest of the night. I was confused, and so there were parts of the floor I was like, did I clean that? I don't know, because I didn't go on my usual order, my usual pattern, and I confused myself. So if I skipped a spot, please know I was confused. It was late at night. It was a really long day. My granddaughter was here for pretty much the whole day, up until we had to leave for the scout ceremony, and I was just kind of out of my mind at that point. So but I think I managed to mop the entire floor, but if I didn't, it's okay.
Caught up in the flashing light.
Another item that I like to tackle when I'm doing a deep cleaning is to clean the top of the vent covers, but I also like to lift them and clean what's under it, because sometimes things get under the edges, so that's what I'm doing right here.
We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning I complicate things. One of my many skills. I'm making things up, all in my mind, 'cause I analyze their body language. I hear every change in their tone. Maybe they hate me, somehow I blame me. My mama said, that's just the weight of the world. It's not personal, it's just how it works. Don't be angry for too long or get burned, 'cause that's just the weight of the world. Now, shake it off. Now it's personal, it's just how it works. Now, shake it off. Now, that's just
If you have ever wondered why I mop the runner in front of the sink, it's because it's vinyl. It is not a fabric rug, it's vinyl, and so it can take the water.
I cry my eyes out over a shallow guy. Yeah, I'm feeling left out. Got no invitation last night. I analyze their body language. I hear every change.
And just like that, we're all done. So I did my normal recording when I was complete, when I was done with the room the night before, but I came downstairs the next morning because I wanted to see how the kitchen looked when it was bright and sunny outside. So that's why I'm showing you the next morning, because I just want to see, I wanted to see how it looked and I wanted to capture it on camera. We've had so many gloomy days with no sun at all. So I thought, how great would it be to come downstairs and see the fruits of my labor by the bright sunlight.
As long as I'm able, scare the monsters under your bed, deep in the bite.
Well, we got it done. Thank you for following along in part 3 of my spring cleaning series. I hope that you found some helpful spring cleaning tips and feel inspired to give some often overlooked areas in your home some attention. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you would like to see this kind of content in the future but are not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button, and when you do, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you won't miss out on future uploads. Until the next time, stay blessed.
In the blink of an eye and move out and beyond your own.